Forex day trading is one of the most riskiest way of making money online. But in this specific video, I'm about to show you a way to reduce that specific risk and instead actually dominate the market, the Forex market, and more importantly, start being a consistent, profitable trader without involving emotions. Now, in this specific video, I'm gonna show you a strategy that made me $4,000 within the last week, and you can start doing the exact same thing. So with that being said, let's dive right into the video. So before I actually jump into the strategy settings, I do want to let you guys know that these $4,000 that I made, I did it with a funded account that I'm getting with E8. E8 Funding is a website that allows you to actually test yourself as a Forex profitable trader. And if you prove to be a good trader, they can give you a funded account with over 100,000. I think the highest is like $300,000, where when you start making money, you can withdraw up to 80% of those profits, which basically means that if you have a $300,000 account and you make a $30,000 profit, you can withdraw 80% of the 30 grand and the company will actually keep the rest. But making around $24,000 a month, it's really not that bad. Basically clarifying that you're going to be trading with someone else's money. So keep that in mind. So what the company basically does is that it allows you to actually test it by phases. Phase one is that you actually prove yourself that you're not going to lose more than 5% every single in a daily basis. You're not going to have a drawdown for more than 8%, and you're going to make a profit of 8% at least in 1 month. Then you move to the phase number two, which your profit is actually lower. It's only 5%, and you have the exact same drawdowns. Once you actually put that down, you're gonna become a funded trader where you're gonna make tons of money directly from the broker. Okay, these are the ways we actually get it. I'm not gonna go into all the details right now, but because at the end of this video, I'm gonna explain you some of the things. But right now, let's dive right into my trades. So here's my actual broker account where I'm actually placing my trades. I do want to tell you that I'm using this specific strategy only on Euro USD, and I know I'm gonna get this a lot. Like, hey, so just few trades during the week? Yes, just a few trades. As long as I'm making money, I don't give a damn about the other pairs. Just one pair, you can be rich with just one pair. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into my account history. We're gonna go with the old history, and I did have some mistakes that I did on my own, pretty much by trading with a different pair. For instance, here I traded with NZD USD. I have some trades with AUD USD, but I do want to actually show you my latest trades, the ones that I actually placed this week. We're talking about November 1st and onwards. Okay, so if we take a look at it, I have a position right here for $1,230. The 31st, which was Monday, I had a loss of $1,200, but then I had another win of $1,600. Then I have a win for $14. That was a bad mistake. Then a loss of $445, a loss of $302, but then a win of $1,650. Then I have a loss of $475, $837, but then I have a win of $984 and $756, which if we combine them overall, we're talking about a profitable week. $4,041.65 is my actual P&L, profit and loss. So I'm actually doing just fine. All right. I did place a couple of trades with the other pairs such as AUD USD, but trust me, it didn't make a huge difference as long as I actually won the trades. But right now, let's go ahead and talk about my trading style. Now, I do want to point out that I'm going to get a lot of questions in regards to what I'm going to be saying, but I do want to mention as well that I have videos explaining my way of trading nowadays. So I do recommend you to go into my YouTube channel and find my order blocks videos and my institutional trading videos, and you're actually going to get the best idea as to what is it that I'm doing. But my trading style, for those of you who don't know, had been technical analysis for the past probably 4 years when it comes to Forex. And yes, I made some money. I make more money in other trading styles, but I wasn't like really digging into this specific trading style. when it comes to Forex. Nevertheless, recently, well, not that recently, like about a few months ago, I actually discovered on YouTube from another YouTuber in Spanish a way of trading called institutional trading, which is basically entering sell and buy limits whenever institutions are the ones that are actually going to be placing trades. So this actually makes the game a whole lot more interesting because we're actually entering with banks, different exchange houses and so on. And we're talking about orders that move millions, if not billions of dollars in every single transaction. Remember that Forex moves over $1 trillion a day. So we're talking about big movements right now. Now, I'm going to explain you right now the strategy, but I do have some other videos that I really want you to check out and understand. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into the strategy settings. Now, here are some of the positions that I actually placed during the last few days. And in order to show you exactly what is it that I've been doing during these days, I'm gonna have to go back and use the replay button. All right, it's not a big deal, but just so that you have a better understanding as to what I'm doing. So I'm going to be using what is called order blocks in order for me to place these positions, but I'm also using what is called imbalance trading. So imbalance trading, basically what it is that there's usually big movements in the market that leave an empty space in the pairs. What I mean by this is I'm not talking about this steady movement going down and down and down. No, I'm talking about big movements that happen suddenly and eventually have to be filled out again. For instance, we are talking about, let me go ahead and show you an example right here. So whenever this happens, it could be because of the news, it could be because of something. This empty space has to be filled out one more time. So what happens is that the market will actually push the price up, but then it has to drive it back to this area so it can continue the distribution. All right, I explained this a lot better and a lot more detail in the previous videos that I mentioned, but right now let's go ahead and see it in the example that I actually have. So we're gonna actually try to move it not too fast. Let me just go ahead and speed it a little bit. And what happened here is that I actually found an interesting order block, and I'm gonna be finding order blocks all day long. Yes, I'm going to be finding order blocks all day long. For instance, right here, I actually found that this was a big movement that had to be filled out. This right here. And I was like, okay, the price has to return and then it's gonna continue. What happens is that big institutions do this manipulation when they're buying a bunch of orders. And when they do it, basically they are expecting to attract new buyers so that they have pending orders right here, buy orders, and boom, the price spikes up and then make millions of dollars out of that specific movement. So I kept on waiting. You're not supposed to just immediately enter anything like that. And this is something really interesting. This was a movement that I knew was going to happen right here. So one of the things, and I go to the 15-minute movement right here. Why did I actually go in here? Because I noticed that there was a breakout on support and resistance level right here, literally right here. So I was like, okay, so this could be an uptrend, downtrend, I'm sorry. And I obviously went to all of the movements of the market. I was like, okay, and a 4-hour candlesticks looks like it's good being a downtrend, and it has a continuous downtrend in 1-hour candlesticks. So what I decided to do was to actually look at shorter time frames and find entry points. Now, right here, I couldn't enter at the actual moment. So what I did is that I entered slightly in this specific breakout that I have right here. Another thing that I noticed, and this is part of the imbalance trading training that I'm going to have, is that prices usually consolidate like this in order to do big movements and then boom, either spike or drop immediately. Now, all of this again is been manipulated by the actual markets. So what happened here is that I realized that there was a price manipulation going up in order to get more people to buy or to actually put sell positions, sell limits. It was happening in this specific area. It was a manipulation right here. If you notice, it was manipulated here. Then it got back to the same manipulation area and then boom, it drove it back. So this was a manipulation point. When the prices started to drop again, I realized there was right here more sell orders to be accomplished. So I was like, okay, the price is gonna continue doing it. Now I couldn't enter exactly at the beginning. And why is that? Because I wasn't trading with support and resistance levels. Instead, what I was doing was actually entering based on imbalance, which is exactly this thing that happened right here. This is what I saw. Why did I see that? Because if you actually notice right here, there was a consolidation in this area. Then it was a manipulation on the pricing. It was distributed going down. And then it went back to the exact same consolidation area. And boom, it went straight down. So that was the first entry that I had. I was like, okay, good. That was a winner. But then if we continue watching what is it that I did within the next few days, let me just go ahead and change it to 1 hour. These are order blocks that I actually had placed before as well. Okay. If you notice this right here, I couldn't enter this trade, or I did enter this trade, I think, but I erased some of the drawings. But if you notice in this specific area, this was an order block that I had done before. Because of the manipulation, I knew that the price was actually going to do this. So I entered my position and I took it all the way to this high level. This high level right here, I actually took it there. Why? Because you're not supposed to put the trade to be like 10-to-1 risk ratio or anything like that. You need to put on the next lowest high or highest low. So this was the highest low, the lowest high, I'm sorry, this one right here. So this level was good. So 3-to-1 risk reward ratio was fair enough for me. So I actually won that specific position. If we continue to look, I actually had another buy position in this same area, in this exact same area right here. I have another buy position. And guess what? I have another sell position in here based on this resistance level, which again is this imbalance that you're looking at right here. This imbalance that you see is a price consolidation. Then we see a distribution. Then we see more pending orders coming in, and boom, look at that drop. Now the price is actually going to do the same, but here's the deal. I'm not going to put my pending order in this area because it would be too risky. If I actually put it right here, it gives me a lot more window to make a more or a higher risk reward ratio. So what happened within the next few candlesticks is that this one got activated, and guess what? It won the buy option. Let me just go ahead and go to 5 minutes so you can see how it happened. It won me the buy option right here. It activated the sell, and it won me the sell option too. So it was a crazy move, but it was basically because I knew what the imbalance trading was actually doing for me. And then if we continue to look at what happened next, I knew that this consolidation area was still a good area to actually trade with. Now, we enter it to Friday. I don't usually trade on Fridays. So what happened here, and I'm about to show you this specific trade, is that I enter, it activated right here, the sell option, and I close it around this area. And we can actually even take a look at that last position. It was, I think it was this one right here. I'm not sure which one was latest. There you go. 99074. 99074. That's exactly where I closed it. I closed it even a little bit too high at 0.64. Did I actually make money? Yes. It was Friday. It was NFP. I didn't know if the price was going to continue dropping, so I decided to close it and focus on the next week. But yeah, it continued to go up, but this is what I did. Now, again, how is it that I actually identify my entries based on two different things? Number one, based on imbalance trading. Imbalance trading, again, just so that it's clear, you see a price consolidation, and then you see a huge distribution that looks like a manipulation. This empty space has to fill out in order the market to be balanced one more time, which is exactly what happened right here. And then you enter. But guess what? This happened on October 25th. And the trade got activated again on October 31st. So it was 6 days later. It doesn't happen immediately, but when it happens, your accuracy goes like to heaven. So hopefully this actually makes sense. Start practicing this in back testing on your replay option right here on TradingView, and let me know in the comment section if you actually are able to find these balances. Before we finish with this video, I do want to share with you how you can make money with this funded account, which is with EA funding. I actually am using this specific strategy right now. I'm up $4,000. I'm halfway to the $8,000 that they're requesting me. And these are the graphics that I've been having during the last few days. Now, my biggest recommendation for this specific challenge is that you actually, first of all, focus on the one that you're interested in. The first thing is that you can get a free trial period, which you get a free demo account for $100,000 if I'm not mistaken, and then you can actually practice and see if it's suitable for you. Obviously, you're not gambling here, so if you open a real account, it means that you know what you're doing, or at least you think you know what you're doing, and you think you can win the competition. So then once you actually start, remember that you can't lose, you only need to make 8% in return of your investment within 30 days. Then you have a maximum of 5% daily loss. That doesn't matter if you already make 7% profits. That doesn't mean that you can lose 12%. No, it's 5% in the day, and 8% of it's entirely what you can lose. For instance, right here, the daily loss is $5,000 in my account. If I lose $5,000 in one day, that's it. I failed. And maximum loss is $8,000. I actually have it at 965. That's the drawdown. It doesn't matter if you recover then later on. No, that's the drawdown, which means how much money have you actually lost during the entire challenge. If it's 965, right now myself, if I get to $1,000, then I lose all my money. And obviously the profits right here. So my biggest recommendation here for this challenge is don't rely on an auto trader. Don't rely on, I don't know, some sort of algorithm that you can find on Fiverr or anything like that. Just rely on your actual knowledge. Okay, I'm gonna put the link, by the way, to EA funding below in the description of this video, but rely on your knowledge and you can make tons of money. Why? Because if you actually get a $100,000 account and you make it, I don't know, a $20,000 profit or $10,000 profit, you get $8,000 in return. How much is that? $100,000 account is only $588. The coolest thing, you can pay with crypto. So check out those plans and see if it's worth it. All of this money will be refunded once you actually get to phase number 3. So hopefully that makes sense. Hey, so if you enjoyed the content of this video, make sure you smash the like button as usual to support this YouTube channel. And more importantly, if you have any questions or comments to share, you can always put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to be subscribed for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you on the next one.